We got some Trevor Bauer updates, some Bryan Reynolds trade news, and a Blue Jays signing. Let's get into it, folks. So first things first, Trevor Bauer. A few weeks ago, it was revealed that his suspension would be no more. Trevor Bauer has effectively served his time, and assuming that a team wants him, he'll be playing in the major leagues this coming year. The big question is, though, does a team want him, and which team would that be? The Dodgers are currently struggling with that decision as we speak, and there is not a lot of time left on the clock. This Friday, a decision about Trevor Bauer is going to need to be reached. The Dodgers are going to be paying for him whether they decide to keep him or not, so it really is up to the management to weigh that risk versus reward. Now, something that could sway them in the direction of keeping Trevor Bauer might be the recent news that apparently some of the Dodgers players are totally cool with it. Some news was revealed earlier this week where an analyst spoke to some of the Dodgers players asking them about Trevor Bauer, and apparently the majority of them are on board with him coming back. Now, is that going to be enough for the Dodgers management to decide to keep him? I honestly have absolutely no idea, guys. This Trevor Bauer situation is pretty much unprecedented waters. It really does feel 50-50 at this point, but we should all know their decision by Friday. Selfishly, I kind of hope that they don't keep him, because then we're going to get this crazy Trevor Bauer like free agency frenzy, and it'll just be awesome. Next, let's talk some Bryan Reynolds. Bryan Reynolds caused quite the stir a few months back now when he officially requested a trade before the winter meetings. Now, I think a lot of us saw this trade request and we were like, oh, Pittsburgh Pirates, they suck. That's why you want off their team, but there actually could be something more to it. Recently, some news was revealed saying that Bryan Reynolds and the Pirates are over $50 million apart in contract extension talks. That is a sizable chunk of money, folks, and considering what's going on right now between Devers and the Red Sox, like, this is a very similar situation, and I could see both squads deciding maybe trade is a better route if they can't get a deal done. Now, it's not necessarily impossible for them to bridge this pay gap. Like, they could definitely do that, but we need to monitor this situation, because depending on how those talks develop, it's A, gonna like directly impact the trade market, and B, it's gonna directly impact the trade market in a way where a lot of like lower salary, lower budget teams like, I don't know, Oakland or something like that, they're not going to be able to be in the mix to trade for Bryan Reynolds if he's asking for so much money, because I imagine if you do trade for Bryan Reynolds, you probably want to extend them as well. Lastly, let's talk about the Blue Jays and their shiny new player, or I guess shiny old player. The Blue Jays recently re-signed Casey Lawrence. Now, if you're unfamiliar with who Casey Lawrence is, I totally understand. He literally spent most of last season in the minor leagues, and honestly, he was pretty bad. But he pitched for a 4.4 ERA in the minors last year, and for the short stint that he was up in the majors, he was absolutely awful. He was literally letting in almost a run per inning that he pitched. Casey Lawrence really isn't good, folks. He's got a career WAR of -1.6, and this is 100% like just a move for depth. I really don't even think that he's gonna make the major league squad at this point. Like, maybe if we were dealing with so much injuries, I kind of hope not, but I guess the minor league, they need players as well, so Casey Lawrence, there you go. Ideally, the Blue Jays are looking at some like higher ceiling depth guys right now. Like, I really want us to go out and get a bench bat. David Peralta is a name that we've thrown around quite a lot on this channel, so hopefully they're working on a deal like that right now as well. But guys, let me know what you think about all of this MLB news in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.